Hello viewers, Chief here. Welcome, and welcome to anybody that might just be curious and is clicking through today. Today we're going to be taste testing this version of any drink, and I believe it's enunciated Kratingdaeng, and I believe this is probably the forerunner to energy drinks, featuring the two red male cows or bulls, without mentioning that brand name. And this being a semi-concentrated is very strong indeed, and I thank one of my subscribers, Mr. Gill from Western Australia, for providing me with this sample. It's difficult to find, but when you do find it, they have all the different varieties in there. We've got our standard 500ml glass with an approximately 1 cubic inch ice cube, which is I use for most of my tests. Very interesting can. It's very striking. It's between gold and brass coloured. I think it's to simulate gold, as in the gold standard, but it's very, very striking. It's a 250ml can, and it is marketed as Red Bull energy drink, but I think this was the forerunner to the brand before it really kicked off. Let's have a look at the top. It's just got the standard ring pull to the can, but this one's coloured red, I suppose, to match the brand name on there. Let's open this one up and have a taste. I have had these before in the small bottles, and I assume that this is roughly the same, and I'm pretty sure this one will be carbonated. Let's do the old test. Wasn't a lot of fizz through there or pressure exchange between the can and the atmosphere, but let's have a little smell. Yes, and it smells exactly like the brand name suggests. The two Red Bulls. Very, very sweet. A lot of people would say sickly sweet, but I don't think it's overpowering. It's just a very sweet, syrupy smell. It reminds me a lot of the cross between Fanta and maple syrup. If anybody wanted to put a squirt of maple syrup in some Fanta, that'll probably be pretty close to it. Very sweet smelling, but I think it's quite pleasant. Let's pour this out to a can. Yeah, it's very lightly carbonated. We don't need a whole lot in there because it is a concentrate. So there we have it. I'll do a screenshot of the can and the stats if you like looking at that sort of thing. Let's have a look at the colour. Oh, that ice cube is floating very, very low. I don't know if you can see it, but that's probably 90% of the way down. There's virtually no carbonation there at all. There's no bubbles or anything floating around in there, hardly any. It just seems to be a thick liquid, and you can see little wisps and swirls in there because the liquid is a lot thicker and denser than water. It's very much like a liquefied sauce, a tomato sauce or a ketchup, as people call it in different parts of the world, and you can see little swirls in there. And let's have a little smell. It smells just like a concentrated version of that Red Bull. Let's have a little taste. Oh, very, very thick. It tastes just like a very, very thick, syrupy version of a Red Bull energy drink. What I have done in the past from memory is I have mixed this with a bit of diet lemonade or a bit of soda water or club soda. Just water that's carbonated lightly, just to give it a little bit of a thinning out and to make it a bit more pleasant. I think things like water, in my own opinion, taste a bit better when you've got a few bubbles in there. It just helps drink it. And this being a concentrate, it is very thick and syrupy, and I have that very, very strong sweet taste in the palate of the mouth. I can feel it coming down the throat because it's so thick. It's like a cough syrup. It's just coating the throat. I'm sure it'll do the same thing as buying a 500ml can, because you have the same active ingredients, just more liquid. But being concentrated down into a small version like this, you're getting the same kick, just in a smaller version. All in all, it's a very pleasant drink. I quite like it. I always have, but I would like to see this come in a sugar-free version. I think it only comes in that one standard formula. If it does come in a sugar-free version or other flavours, please let me know in the comments. I have not yet seen them, but I'm pretty sure that it would come in a sugar-free version, which would be nice. And this is not a bad drink at all. I'd give this one a solid 7 out of 10 on my scale, and I'm a pretty hard marker. There's a lot of drinks out there which are similar, but this being one of the originals are usually the best, and then everything is flowed on from there with the different development of types of drinks, colours, flavours, and combinations, carbonations, sizes of cans, method of delivery and so forth. If this ever came out in the Tetra Pak, I can't see why it wouldn't. I think it'd be a lot more environmentally friendly than using these small cans, because the difference between producing a small can and a larger one, and a 720ml or 500ml can, would probably be a little bit more in cost, whereas in the Tetra Paks they're probably cheaper to produce. You can produce more of them and a lot quicker, and it would still maintain the product and the same sort of quality. But very pleasant drink, very thick. I think if you wanted a quick energy hit and you weren't worried about having a sticky mouth afterwards, this should be right up your alley. I thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next test.